What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Chris's Collectible Corner for another figure unboxing and review. Today we're going to be looking at the SH Figuarts Trunks GT from the Dragon Ball GT line of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. Man, that was a mouthful. Alright, so I got mine from Hobby Genkai for about $75 after taxes and shipping, but this figure is originally a P Bandai exclusives. The pre-order window for this figure closed back in June of 2024, so you can only get it now from resellers or other websites that will have a markup price on it. And before we get started with this review, if you guys wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell notification, so this way you're notified when a new figure review video is uploaded to the channel. Now, as you can see here on the display stand, we have our standard SH Figuarts packaging for Trunks at about the third of the size of the usual SH Figuarts packaging. And this is how he appeared in the Dragon Ball GT series that aired in about the year, I think, 1996? So, as you can see from the packaging, we have a nice big window where you can see the figure and some of the accessories that it comes with. Along the sides, we have some of the close-up images of the figure, and along the back, we've got some more images of the figure with other figurines of the same line. Some of the GT figures have already been released, and others are to be released soon. But now, let's get them out the box and take a closer look. And here we have GT Trunks on the display stand. No crazy poses, just standing straight up and down. The figure is exactly 5 inches from head to toe. The figure's got a nice matte finish, no cheap looking shiny plastic. The overall paintwork on the figure is nice and clean, at least on my copy. I'm not seeing any smudges or paint bleeding into areas that it shouldn't be. The colors are relatively accurate to how it appeared in the show, to my best recollection. Now, as you can see on the back of the figure, all the gaps in his jacket are for better articulation, which we'll get into later in this video, but as a visual aesthetic, it isn't the most pleasing to the eye. I get it's for better functionality, but if you're just looking at the figure, it's not very streamlined. From the front, he looks great, but in my opinion, those gaps in the back are a bit of an eyesore. Aside from that, let's take a closer look at the accessories that he comes with. Alright, he comes with 4 different faceplates, pretty much standard for SH Figuarts: the smirking, stern face, teeth gritted, and the yelling face for shouting. He comes with 4 sets of hands. So the first set, he comes with a pair of fists, and as we all know, Dragon Ball Z, they love fighting and throwing hands because they're rated E for everybody. Then he comes with a pair of open palm hands for shooting blasts, or like I like to say, jazz hands. Then he comes with grabbing hands for when he needs to grab something or try to come to terms with a life-altering situation that makes him transform into a Super Saiyan. Then he also comes with a pair of gun-pointing hands. So, you know, kind of like where people are like, hey, I see you. So he comes with that. As far as the other accessories, he comes with a pair of cross arms and 2 replacement thighs. Now, the cross arms, I think they came out really good. I like how that looks on the figure. It gives a nice uniform look. It's streamlined, it's clean, and I guess it's standard for the Vegeta family to kind of just stand there with your arms crossed, trying to be all cool. Then he comes with the 2 replacement thigh pieces where he can put his hands in his pockets. Now, this is different from what Tonson did, because Tonson just gave you the replacement parts that you would connect on the wrist pegs. But SH Figuarts decided to give you 2 replacement thigh pieces in order to do that. So I guess that's one way of doing it. And you know what? It looks good. It also adds another nice variety. And you know, Trunks is just standing there looking like a chill guy, minding his business in his fresh, clean outfit. Now, for the other accessories that he comes with, it's the DLC for the Goku. It's the replacement waist that you could connect to Goku, so this way he can have the tail. Not sure why this wasn't included in the figure originally, but we have it here as DLC for Trunks. So now let's see how that looks on the Goku and putting it up together. Alright, so in order to use this DLC or these add-ons that Trunks comes with, you're gonna need the Dragon Ball GT Kid Goku. So obviously, let's put this together. Let's pop the tail in first, just because I feel like that would be easier. It's a little ball peg right there, so I'm just gonna pop it in, make sure it's nice and tight. You'll feel a little pop. So there you go. Holds pretty good. And now let's take apart this Kid Goku so we can put this together. So what I came to realize is that Goku, he comes with two skirts. If you have this figure already, he comes with one that's kind of like closer to the body and one that's flared out. I already had the flared out one on him, and I feel like that's gonna probably work better with the tail because it kind of protrudes a little bit. But just so you know that. So let's check this out. All right, so we're gonna pop him off at the waist, take off his little skirt piece, and yeah, so pop his legs off. There goes one. There goes the other. Huh, that looks familiar. Just no hole for the tail in his butt. All right, so now we'll take all the pieces we removed and connect them to this one. So boom, this is that new hip joint that he has, where it has the hole. So there you go. Goku with a tail. Now we're gonna line up these slots right here with the pegs that are in this thing. There we go. Take the front piece, line that up right there, and then we're gonna put Goku right on it. Just squeeze them together, hit the pop, and there you go. You got Dragon Ball GT Goku with a tail. So yeah, see, and it's right under there, snug. Doesn't like really get in the way. You can move it around, so that's pretty good. Why they included this with Trunks, not sure why. Maybe because this figure wasn't really an anticipated figure, the Trunks figure I mean. So they added Goku DLC with it, so you'd be more incentivized to get that Trunks figure in order to complete your Goku. But honestly, this Goku is about the same size as the Daima Goku, but he's $20 more, and I feel like he should have already came with this. Like, this is how I remember him the whole time in GT, so I'm not sure why they separated it and you had to get another figure just to get this. But this isn't about Goku, this is about Trunks. So let's go back to Trunks. Alright, so let's go over the articulation of this Trunks. So let's start with the arms. He can go up about 90 degrees. It's a little tight in the shoulders, but that just might be my copy. And I think might be because like the jacket piece right there. So you could do that. It's got the bicep swivel. Arms could bend more than 90 degrees. You can move the hand on the single ball joint that he has over here. So that's good. Just to make sure the other side is good for me. Yeah, shoulder joint is tight on both sides for mine. It might be on yours, or this might be my copy like I said. As far as the head, he can look up, he can look down a pretty decent amount, which is good. Side to side, look left and right, like he's crossing the street. As far as the ab crunch, he's got a pretty good ab crunch actually. He can bend forward a pretty good amount. I wonder if he can do the same with the back though, because all this kibble that we have back here. So let's see if we can do anything. Oh yeah, he can actually bend back pretty good, especially with all that kibble there. So that's actually pretty impressive. I wasn't expecting that. He can move side to side, so that's good. Now let's check out the legs. Something they did with the legs that I really like actually, it's right here. They have these little sliding pieces. So this way you can move them out the way, so this when you're bending his leg, he can still bend it up without that kind of hindering, his leg movement. The legs can kick out straight up, about 90 degrees there. You got the thigh swivel. And then let's move his jacket out the way here. And then, yeah, he can kick almost 90 degrees to the side. I mean, you can finagle it, like if you just move it or pose him a certain way. But, yeah, so there you go with that. Oh, and then the ankle articulation. This is much better. They should be doing the ankles like this because he can move it side to side a lot better. So it allows for more stability when you're trying to pose these figures. So he can't really do a split because of how the waist is done, but I don't know. Me personally, I don't really like put my figures in splitting poses. I just spread them out enough so they can do kind of like action poses. But yeah, for the most part, the articulation on this is pretty good. So I was actually surprised with the back.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Alright, because I know some of you will be asking if this Trunks figure can be interchangeable with the older Trunks heads. So we're going to go over that. Here we have the Tauntanar heads from the newest Trunks figure with the vest. That's SH Figuarts. That's the base head from it. And then this one is the Armored Trunks figure, the one that came out a couple years ago. So let's take a look at this really quickly. And as you can see, it's loose. It doesn't fit on there very good at all. Also, the head looks ridiculous. like it's way oversized for the body. I mean, you could also use blue tack if you want to help it stick on there a little bit better, but let me show you this one as well. Now, this one doesn't look as bad proportionally, but it's the same thing. It's wobbly. So now, if you grab some blue tack, put a little bit right in there. There you go. And now, you want to place it right on the head, and you want to push it down a little bit harder, so this way it kind of sits on the neck, and it doesn't look like it's just floating. And there you go. The head's a bit out of proportion with the rest of the body, but it's passable. Now, let's do the same thing with the base head. I don't know why you guys would want to do it with this base head, because he already comes with a base head, but it's the same thing. Kind of out of proportion again, and he kind of looks kind of like a bobblehead. Now, the only one that does fit without any adjustments is actually the Super Saiyan from the Armored Trunks figure. So you could just pop it right on. And I mean, it sits a little bit low on the body, but you know, I'm sure if you angle it right, if you finagle it with the scarf, it's passable, and you know, it's cool. Gives them a little bit of a different look. And here we have Trunks with the other GT figures in the line that have been released so far. We have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Kid GT Goku, and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And so far, I think the GT line is probably the best line they have going on with the Dragon Ball line. All the figures have been solid, pretty good. This Trunks surprised me a little bit with the articulation. And we also have GT Pan coming out next year, and Super Android 17, who I'll also be reviewing on this channel. Now here he is with the smaller figures of the line, the Daima group. So we have Daima Goku, GT Kid Goku, and Daima Vegeta. And you see what I was saying earlier, how like the height difference between Daima Goku and GT Goku isn't that substantial. So I don't really think that justifies a $20 surcharge on the figure. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. But now here we have Trunks, the evolution of Trunks from baby to teen, to older teenager, to man. Obviously, Super Trunks is not in here because I'm just focusing on the line before Super was a thing, so Z and GT. Now, the only one that we actually do need is Kid Trunks from the Buu Saga with the green gi. And maybe they were taking their time to do it so they could perfect making the Kid figures better. And it looks like they've kind of mastered that with the Diamond figures. So hopefully, him and Goten are right around the corner. Alright guys, so that's the SH Figuarts Trunks GT from the Dragon Ball GT series. Overall, this figure did surprise me with its articulation. It was actually a lot more posable than I thought it was going to be. But for me, that just still doesn't save it overall. I mean, just the choppiness of the back, aesthetically, it isn't the most pleasing. The lack of accessories that he comes with, I mean, it's literally just DLC for Goku, and the fact that he was a P Bandai exclusive, I don't know, I just think it's a little bit ridiculous. Like, he's a common character that was in all the episodes of GT as far as I can remember before Super Saiyan 4 took over everything. Now, would I recommend getting this figure? I would say if you're a completionist like me and you like to have the whole set or you're deep into the line, sure, why not? But if you only collect certain characters, I would pass on it, especially for the markup price. I don't think it's definitely worth it if you weren't able to get it in the pre-order window. So I guess my rating system is from a 1 to 7 Dragon Stars, so I'm going to give this guy a 3.5. The articulation is good, and the color and the paint job is clean, but overall, I don't think it justifies the price, and I think there's still too many things wrong with the figure, you know, if you to go seeking it out and trying to get it from a third party. I hope you enjoyed this review and found it informative. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be notified, because I'm going to be reviewing more figures from the Dragon Ball line, as well as other lines that I like to collect in the future. Thank you for stopping by my corner of YouTube, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.